What's up everyone, welcome back to another how to play video. This week we're going to be learning how to play Frost, aka Maple Trap Girl. And if you don't know what Siege is by now, it's a tactical game where two teams of 5 either attack or defend on a bomb site. And there's two ways to win. It's either you completely wipe out the other team or you successfully plant the diffuser. In Siege there's various operators with unique abilities or gadgets. Frost happens to be a defender who is 2 speed, 2 armor. She's from Canada. She has loadouts that can consist of a shotgun, an SMG, a handgun. She also has a bulletproof camera and a deployable shield, along with her special gadget, which is welcome mats, which are basically bear traps. If you want to learn other operators, I'll have a link at the end of my video to a playlist where I have my various videos I've made on various operators, so make sure to stick around for that. Knowing that, let's move on. Alright, well first off, the number one reason I would recommend to play Frost is if you want a little bit more freedom when you're playing defense. Now I'll get to that later on in the video, but first let's go over the loadout and how I would run it. So for the loadout, I'd run her SMG, which is the 9 double MC1 with red dot, extended barrel, and an angled grip. I'd also run her pistol, because that's what you have to run, which is the Mark 1 9mm again, with muzzle brake. And lastly, I choose a deployable shield. The shotgun's good, but the 9mm is so good, so I really didn't even bother playing with the shotgun, although I have played with it, and like I said, it's pretty great. One of my favorite guns in Rainbow Six Siege overall would be the 9 double MC1. And I chose the deployable shield over the bulletproof camera just because it's more useful considering her gadget being bear traps, and you can hide it behind the deployable shield. Speaking of which, some playstyles I'd recommend for Frost would be to play in and or around the objective. What I'm really trying to get at is don't be afraid to move. Stay near your welcome mats though. And if you do happen to use a shotgun, use your traps on objective and then just go ahead and roam around. The biggest tips or tricks that I can really give you guys is that you should place your frost mats where people can't necessarily see them. So either behind a window or behind your deployable shield like I was saying, or maybe even below a hatch. That sometimes works. It was better when she had her barbed wire, so maybe if someone else put barbed wire underneath a hatch, then place your frost mat in that barbed wire. There's a few other simple things, like if you do happen to place it in a doorway because you know that the enemies have to go through that doorway, or you've seen them in past rounds going through that doorway, place it at an angle so that they won't necessarily see it if they're just looking straight through the door, but if they go through the door they can still get touched by it, which could knock them. That's a really helpful thing that I've been noticing whenever I play Frost. Lastly, some operators that pair well with Frost, the only one that I could really think of would be Jaeger. And this is just the simple reason that it doesn't allow attackers to sit back and just nade or stun and then push, so you can't necessarily see what's going on. But that's really the only operator that I can really call out. Other than that, it can really be anyone. It's mainly just an operator who can influence attackers to go towards the objective so that they can hit your frost mats. The closest example I could think of considering that might be Smoke, to where using his smoke he can cut off people from certain areas, forcing them to go towards a different area. But like I said, it could really be anyone. I think it mainly depends on the teammates' playstyle and what they're going to be doing.
Alright, what's up guys? So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It really means the world to me. I put a lot of time and effort into these things. And with that being said, if you guys want to see more content on like how to play different operators in Siege, click over here. If you guys want to see my most recent video, click somewhere up over here, or maybe it's the other way, I don't even know. And lastly, please subscribe to see more content like this. I upload weekly. I'd appreciate it. Deuces.